Image in the Epson scanner, and as you can see when I bring it up, it's got some little marks on it and things. This is what we're going to retouch out. So there's a color issue here. So here's what I might suggest you try. Do you see how over time the scratches in the emulsion and whatever have caused a color change? There's marks there from various, it could be anything from environmental storage issues, sulfur, things like that have caused problems with the emulsion that have changed the color. Just for fun, let's try this. Let's go into mode grayscale. I'm just going to let it go into grayscale. Discard. It's gone. Now everything is truly black and white. It's a grayscale image. I can work in a grayscale image. It'll make a smaller image and it'll be just fine because I still have the marks on there, but the color is missing. If you wanted to sepia tone this a little bit later on, you have to knock it back into image mode RGB color, red, green, blue color. There's no change. We've discarded all the color information. Our image is now a color image, but it's only showing us what is essentially a grayscale image. To introduce a color in here now, there's a number of ways you can do it. Here's one way. I like the hue saturation. And in hue saturation, you can come in and move some sliders around. Now, nothing's going to happen until you click on the button down here that says colorize, right down here. You see this little button down here? It says colorize. Click on that button. Now when you move your sliders around, you'll be able to sweep through 360 degrees of color changes. Now hue is color, so you go anywhere from red, green, blue all the way through. Sepia would be a choice you make where you come in and pick, let's say, somewhere, it's a warm tone there. That sort of looks like a sepia tone right there. There's a bit of room for discussion here. However, it's a warm, something warm, not red, not yellow, something warm, and depends on the amount of sepia in your original image that has come through. This will be your sepia image here. Now, cloning wise, we're going to come up here. Here's what I'd suggest you start with right off the bat. Why not start with the spot healing tool? If I can get my menus out of the way, let's go to the clone stamp tool. Let's not go to that one. Let's go to the, here we are, up here. Spot healing brush tool. Let's come in this one. I'll just give you an idea how this one works. So I'm going to just see all the little specks in the paper. I'm going to use the parenthesis brackets to make my brush small. Now when I click once, it's going to go in here and it's going to click, and these little spots will be sampled and it'll go away. This is a really easy way to do a lot of corrective work on your image. Now you need a good sharp image to start with, so you've got to do your scan properly. Now you see it's darker over here. Let me click on that. Look, it's sampled the dark area around there to make it look better. So now it's a matter of you going around your image and just navigating around your image to get rid of all of the little specks that are on there. Now you can't really wipe with this tool because that will cause a line. I'll show you that in a second. So I'm just clicking once. That's sampling the area and giving me a nice clean area. Now up here there was a break in the emulsion. See it up here? Let's try it up here. I'm going to click and wipe on this one. Watch what happens. It does a nice job. Now, here's what you have to keep in mind. Way up at the top here, do you see this thing that says content aware? Make sure that's checked off. The content aware samples the area around your particular problem area and it clones it in around there. I'm going to take all that out again. Let me take all that back. I'm going to Command Z all that out again. I'm going to turn off the content aware this time. I'm going to turn off the content aware. I'm going to try it again. Turn off the content aware. Oh, proximity match. There you go. You got to switch. So now I'm going to try the same thing again. It probably won't be as nice. You see how it's picking up some areas around there and cloning in around there? So my advice right at the start, just as you get going on this assignment, why not go with, did okay, because it's probably picking the proximity around there. Did okay. Keep the content aware on. That'll make it easiest for you to work. Now you could drag across something here. I'm just going to keep going over. I'm going to find another problem. There's a problem area there. I'm going to click and drag right across here. Let's say I kept going. Now it's going to change all these pixels over here too. So you got to be careful how much you click and drag when you do that type of work. Let me see if I can find one more area here with some problems in it. Hard to come down here in our mouth. See what's down here. There we go. There's some problem. Look, it's amazing how much resolution you can get out of this. I'm going to click and drag across here. You know, it does a surprisingly good job on there. So what I'm doing is taking out all the little marks. This is what I expect you to do. Nice clean image. Nice sharp scan too. You've got to use a nice high resolution scan. Oh, go away, cancel, go away. Nice sharp image that you can work with will make your job easier. And as you clone all those things out, all those blemishes, you'll have a nice clean image that you will show your before and after of your image.